Welcome to another deep dive into leadership. And today we're joined by Ted Stone, who's managing partner of TechCXO. Now, Ted, I've got a number of questions here that I'm looking forward to you answering for us and sharing some of your insights. But let's start with, what is TechCXO? What do you do?
Thanks very much, Mike. Enjoy joining you today. We're a gap filler. For any company to scale up much beyond, let's say, 50 to 100 employees, that company needs experienced senior leadership in all of the major functions of the company in order to help guide that growth and keep everybody aligned on here's how we do things around here. Many companies that have had any measure of success have that level of experience in most of their functions, but you need them all. So I use my own functional expertise as an example. Now, I'm a CFO. I've seen a bunch of situations where poor financial infrastructure can undermine the most amazingly differentiated product or the most robust marketing and sales engine. We fill those gaps until the company grows to the place where it makes sense for them to hire, as I like to say, to hire the 38-year-old version of me to come in as your full-time CFO. We're training wheels.
Well, Ted, thank you. And certainly I've learned over time that the CFO can be one of your MVPs in terms of your company team structure there.
Yeah.
That is what you do. But let me ask a more relevant question in some respects. You've got some great background, some great experience. Why do you do that, what you do? Why do you end up at TechCXO? What does that do for you?
Because it's fun. Now,
Okay.
my version of the CFO job description is that it's my job to help everyone else in my company do their jobs better because they've got the right information in front of them at the right time in a format that makes sense to them, with an analytical partner that they want to collaborate with to help them make sense of the information and make better decisions. My satisfaction comes from going into a company that's got a whole bunch of really bright, hardworking people who are nevertheless not very happy because they realize the business is not living up to its potential. But if you give them the right information at the right time, et cetera, just watch the transformation that takes place in the next 3, 6, 12 months. What usually happens is that everyone in the company starts making better decisions. So the business does better. So all the people in the business feel better about themselves. They're all just as bright. They're all just as hardworking. But there's a little bit of a spring in their step because they see the business doing better and they see the role they played in making it happen. I am never going to stop doing this because that's just fun to watch that transformation happen.
I love it when folks have fun at what they're doing, and it's great to see your enthusiasm, your passion come through as you describe that. You've touched on this a bit. What would you say are the major benefits a company gets for working with TechCXO?
Sure. Our clients bring us in for one of four basic reasons. They're getting to raise money, buy a company, or sell a company, and they realize they'll be more successful if they've got their own CFO who has done that a bunch of times on the company side. We're not a substitute for an investment banker or a business broker. We help companies get the most leverage from what a good banker or broker would do. That's one. Number two, they feel the wheels on their management infrastructure beginning to wobble, and that's not good. Number three, they've got a really promising finance team member in my case who just needs a coach or a mentor to help them become a true full scope strategic CFO. And then the fourth one is kind of a catch-all. You've got one or more big projects that need both leadership and doership with direct experience in whatever the project is to get it done. A few recent examples: put in a new ERP system, revamped or really created from scratch a disciplined financial planning process, integrate an acquisition, big kind of one-time things that need a grown-up to lead them. And just many companies don't have, two CFOs, one to go do the project and one to help run the company.
Okay. Now that's a kind of a wide range of areas and benefits that your clients get.
Mm-hmm.
But what are some of the lessons you've learned from your clients as you've been doing this job?
Um, Reinforced an awful lot that just, you've heard me say this more than once before. I think confidence and humility are two sides of the same coin.
Mhm.
And that humility gets you listening, actively clarifying. I think this is what I heard you say, which then helps them clarify what they're thinking, helps me learn, um, and works the same way. I clarify what I'm thinking as we do that. Now, it works. It crosses generations. Yeah, my clients, many of them could be my children, but now my children listen to me because we collaborate in that kind of a fashion. It's been a blast.
Good, good. That's what some of the lessons you've learned. Now, I'm sitting here, I'm running a business. How do I know that I should reach out to you? What am I seeing in my business that says, hey, I
Sure.
should give Ted or one of his associates a call?
Yeah. Um, our clients are almost always, certainly in the finance area, less than 100 million in revenue, less than 150 employees, but they have the legitimate potential and the internal ambition to be a whole lot bigger. And they're probably facing one of those four situations that I described above. Now, if you're above 100 million bucks in revenue, you've probably hired, or you should have hired, the 38-year-old version of me as your full-time CFO. Um, so small to early to lower mid-sized companies with a growth ambition is the even shorter answer.
Okay, very good. Now, you and I have worked together for the past few years. In fact, you were one of the founding members of my Vistage Trusted Advisor Peer Advisor Group. Tell
Thank you very
me,
much.
tell me why you joined Vistage and what you found the experience, have the benefits been to you for belonging to a Vistage Peer Advisory Group?
Sure. I've been aware of Vistage since the early 1990s when it was still known as the Executive Committee.
Wow.
And the CEO of my company at the time invited me to attend several of his CE group meetings. And I saw the level of mutual respect and trust his fellow executives had for each other, and how each of them brought home new learnings, both from each other and from the Vistage speakers, that made them better CEOs. That was the mental image I had in my head when you and I began talking a couple of years ago. And I've been very pleased. I've had the same experience with my TA group. Um, and it's been very fulfilling also to be able to help several members of your CE group achieve their business goals when they've engaged TechCXO services. In addition to me, yet members of your CE group are working with several other partners of mine within TechCXO, because I can't be everywhere and I don't have all the expertise that your CE members need.
Great. Thank you for that. And just to clarify on the abbreviations, TA being for Trusted Advisor, and CE is the Vistage abbreviation for CEO Group in that sense. So thank you for that.
Sure enough.
Okay, as you look at things and you look back on your career and you look forward, my question to you is how do you want to be remembered? What are you looking at your legacy to be?
I hope that today there are a bunch of company leaders in the world who are better leaders and who feel confident that they really are better leaders because of either what they learned from me or from what we learned together, collaborating on solving whatever their issue was. Um, and in the future, I hope that group's going to get bigger and bigger as I do more and more of what I do.
Very good. Ted, thank you. And thank you for sharing those insights. If somebody wanted to reach out to you, what's the best way to contact you?
I'm like everyone else in the world today. I live on my phone and email, ted.stone at techcxo.com, techcxo.com.
All right. Ted, thank you. And again, thank you for spending time with us and sharing your insights on leadership and management today.
Delighted to be here. Nice way to spend a snowy Wednesday afternoon.
All right. To our viewers, thank you for joining us today. My name is Mike Tetro. I'm an executive coach, and I lead a Vistage peer advisory group for CEOs. I hope if you have any questions about TechCXO or about the benefits of a Vistage peer advisory group, please reach out. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you on our next deep dive into leadership. Bye for now.